In the far north, the ice keeps its own secrets.
And those who listen closely can hear the past breathing beneath the snow.
When the war reached the Arctic, silence became A. As Germany faced collapse in 1944, a final secret project emerged inside the deepest bunkers.
A project built on a desperate idea, turning the Arctic storm itself into a weapon.
They called it the Arctic Core. HQ.I-II.
A device designed to trigger the heart of a polar cyclone.
If it worked, the storm could be steered like a weapon.
Thousands of kilometers north, a remote Arctic station waited for the signal.
Here, a team of weather engineers prepared the device.
The Arctic core required impossible precision.
One mistake could collapse the entire station.
But the storm outside gave them no choice.
If the core synchronized with the cyclone, the storm would respond.
If not, disaster!
And the Arctic winds were already rising.
Inside the station, the team braced for the storm's first strike.
Readings showed the cyclone accelerating faster than expected.
If the core fired too early, the reaction could be catastrophic.
Back in Germany, mounted with every passing minute.
The Arctic storm was beginning to spiral into a perfect weapon.
Outside, the storm raged like a living giant.
Check the exterior conduits, now!
Already on it.
Inside, the instruments screamed under pressure.
The core demanded absolute synchronization.
Phase 1 began.
Now, there was no turning back.
The storm responded instantly. Its heartbeat quickened.
Pressure climbed toward critical levels.
The cyclone was locking onto the signal!
Projected path Jivny.
Straight toward the Allied supply lines.
The storm began to turn.
The activation was working.
But the system was on the edge.
Any failure could freeze the station solid.
the cyclone grew stronger.
Stronger than any natural storm.
Electricity surged through the Arctic air. Energy levels spiked beyond predictions.
Cold intensified at a terrifying speed.
The core was pulling heat from the storm.
The system was amplifying the cyclone.
More than they intended.
The storm expanded like a living force.
Halt Phase 2!
Adler ordered the sequence stopped.
But the core refused to shut down.
Manual cutoff failed.
Germany heard the panic through static. The storm was no longer under control.
They had awakened something far beyond a weapon.
Adler tried to force a shutdown.
But the core was feeding on the storm.
It drew power from every gust. In Germany, the storm model exploded outward.
Its speed defied all calculations.
Outside, the cyclone rose like a vortex.
The team sent a desperate warning. We're almost at the rendezvous point, but the connection is...
But the sound cut off. Communication was lost.
Disgusting.
The storm reached full formation. An artificial Arctic eye.
They attempted a manual bypass.
Otto tried to cut auxiliary power.
But the core struck back.
Meanwhile, its path shifted south, toward the Atlantic shipping lanes.
The storm grew even larger.
The team fought to stay on their feet.
The core began consuming the station itself.
Ice spacecraft under impossible pressure.
Otto prepared a final...
The cyclone accelerated toward Allied routes.
Reports confirm the worst.
Pull Helga back!
The storm was mutating.
Winds reached impossible speeds.
The override finally connected.
For a moment, the core hesitated.
A chain appeared on the charts.
The storm's spin wavered.
Brace! Then everything surged at once! Cold detonated through the station.
The override held under strain.
Outside, the storm imploded.
Light tore through the blizzard wall.
Inside, the core finally went silent.
In Germany, readings collapsed.
The weapon had burned itself out.
What remained was only a wounded Arctic sky.
Adler inspected the silent core.
Its power had drained into the storm.
The readings showed total shutdown.
Outside, the cyclone unraveled.
Fragments of the storm drifted back to Earth.
The station regained faint power.
The team began gathering what remained.
The core itself was damaged beyond repair.
Germany received the final report.
The weapon had failed to remain controlled. But its brief power had been real.
Adler understood what they had unleashed.
A force too great for human hands. Their survival had been luck. In Germany, the truth was harder to accept.
They had come close to altering war.
But the Arctic core remained a secret.
Contact with the outside world resumed. Every detail would be recorded.
Evidence would travel back to Berlin.
Berlin demanded total silence.
No one could know what had been attempted.
Reinforcements arrived to secure the site.
The station would soon be evacuated.
The core would be shipped piece by piece.
The facility was deactivated.
The storm had vanished.
But its memory
Remained.
Germany buried the project.
And the Arctic core faded into history.
Evacuation began the moment reinforcements arrived.
Fragments of the core were secured first.
Their last data would never reach the public.
Every device tile for the project was dismantled.
Nothing remained in the station.
The site was abandoned.
Its secrets carried south. Germany took possession of the core.
Security tightened around the project.
The North wiped away all traces.
Nature reclaimed the facility within hours.
Analysis confirmed the core's impact. The storm's surge had been measurable.
Look at this spike right here.
But the model said this was impossible.
Its influence undeniable. But the storm had vanished overnight.
Only remnants remained.
Berlin officially ended the program.
Its dangers were deemed too great.
The Arctic swallowed the evidence.
Nothing marked what had happened here.
One report captured its potential.
Few would ever read it. The North kept its silence.
Germany moved on to other weapons.
The core became a forgotten chapter.
Artifacts froze into the landscape.
The Great Storm left no trace.
The project faded into the shadows. And the Arctic core slipped quietly into history.
After the war, Allied forces uncovered fragments of the project.
Reports mentioned an unnatural storm recorded in 1944.
US analysts questioned the source of its energy spike. Only fragments of the design were ever found.
Recovered components offered no full explanation.
Regarding the German atmospheric experiment.
Allied notes hinted at a weather experiment gone wrong.
The station appeared in no official German records.
Weather logs confirmed a sudden collapse of the storm.
The Arctic core was quietly filed away.
And another secret faded into the archives of history.
The signal was only the beginning.